everyone, and welcome to the Training in My Life podcast, episode 34. This week I'm talking about scheduling life into your work week. Ask yourself these questions to honestly realise how many hours or days you're still working without being officially at work. Travelling to work in the morning, are you already thinking what you need to do when you get there? Are you on your phone answering emails? When you eat lunch, if you eat lunch, are you still thinking or talking to colleagues about work? Travelling home, have you let go of work thoughts? When you've had your dinner and your partner has to ask you a question twice because you don't respond, is it because you're distracted thinking about work? You'll say, so what? You have 2 days off at the weekend to relax. But do you? You go out Friday night, drinks with your mates, clubbing with the girls, hangover Saturday, lie-in and a big cooked breakfast before you start the day. Afternoon watching sports or retail therapy, out again Saturday night, rinse and repeat for Sunday. In that time, did you think about, talk about, worry about work? Honestly now, did you? Even if you didn't intend to, when a girlfriend, boyfriend, mate or stranger asked that generic small talk question, how's work going? Did you elaborate more than with a, it was good, bad, busy, quiet type answer? Did you find yourself going into detail about your latest success or nightmare work situation? Which one of you made an excuse to walk away? I'm betting it wasn't you. You could have gone on forever, and in your head you actually do. Your brain continues to rehash the scenario long after your mouth has stopped speaking. You're not acknowledging that you've not switched off work. You may be in an entirely different environment, but it's still there. All those thoughts and worries gushing out in a blink of an eye. You went for a game of football just to kick around with lads Sunday lunchtime before heading to a pub lunch and watching some sports on the big screen TV. Whilst you're there, someone asks another person, how's work? It's not even within your circle of friends, but you overhear it. Total strangers having a conversation nearby, and your brain is overrun with thoughts about your job. A flood of questions, strategies, plans, doubts, worries, more second guessing, until the roar of your friends cheering a goal on the TV jerks you back to real time now. You're not going to enjoy socialising now. You chug down your beer, make your excuses and leave, walking head down, thoughts replaying over and over, shoulders slumped. When you get home, you take a nap, just to quieten your brain, to stop those thoughts whirling round. It works. You sleep heavily, wake disorientated and realise you're starving for dinner. You order a takeaway and your home is full of the delicious smells as you eat it. Then it's Sunday evening, 9 o'clock, and they're there. They're nudging into your thoughts again, making their way into your brain, all those Monday work schedule thoughts that don't deserve time and space, that shouldn't be allowed to steal those last hours of your weekend and freedom. You check your wardrobe to look if your lucky shirt's clean, telling yourself you'll wear that tomorrow. That does it. The work agenda, tasks, problems, worries explode in your brain, no holding them back now, and you just simply give up. You fire up your laptop, begin answering emails that came in at the weekend. You justify it by saying you're just getting a jump start on Monday, getting ahead of the game. A few emails turn into working at a task, and before you know it, you're rubbing your blurry eyes and it's gone midnight. You go to bed with a pounding headache. You get up with the alarm Monday morning, rehashing the work you did Sunday in your head, wishing you'd done more, fretting over errors and realising that you made more mistakes than if you'd just waited. Truth be told, it's going to take longer now to put it all right than if you started again. So that's what you'll do. Start over, fresh, when you arrive at work. All those Sunday evening hours were a waste of time, of your life. But this has become your life. Work is now part of it for 7 days a week. Your partner complains you never listen. Your friends complain you bail on them, cancel, or don't even turn up anymore. Your family comment on you look pale and they haven't seen you in ages. So there you have it. Somehow, work has become everything and taken over your life. Should it? Is it necessary in order to pay your rent and buy food? Perhaps at some time in your life, yes, it was. But when you grow past that to being able to afford a nicer place to live and having enough spare money to have a lovely vacation, join a gym, go out to restaurants and still have extra, you're in the position of being able to decide on your life-work balance. There's a fine line between work and obsession. You need to find the off switch, but it didn't come with the company manual. Burnout is real, and if you live and breathe work, that top job you've been craving may be served with a side of heart attack. Not so attractive a goal now. It's one of those things that we only start to value our time when a health scare or advancing age triggers those thoughts. A light bulb moment. The truth is, we all deserve a good life outside of work, and remembering to value how you spend your time outside of work is worth thinking hard about. Now let's be realistic. You're not going to change things overnight. Your mind has become programmed to focus on those work tasks. You may have a job that pits you against colleagues in a competitive race to achieve targets. You may own a company and feel the weight of the world on your shoulders. No matter what your situation, it's not true that you're trapped on that 24/7 treadmill of constant work thoughts. You can choose to step outside for what I call a mind breeze, where you visualize a gentle breeze blowing leaves through your mind. Feel the coolness, calming the heat in your head. Let your shoulders relax, down from your ears. There's nothing but you and the breeze. Whether you do this for a moment or 10 minutes at your desk, the break room, or stepping outside with your eyes open or closed, allow nothing to interrupt. If someone asks you what you're doing, say you're focusing your mind and to please come back in 10 minutes. Tell them it's a mind-focused tool, that it's an increased productivity tool. Actually, it's true. If you can let your mind rest and be at peace, it will come back sparking on all cylinders. Solutions to problems suddenly become clearer. You finish your mind breeze, which should take as long as you decide you need, and you look around your environment with new recognition. In the office, you look at people's demeanour and realise someone looks at the end of their tether and could do with a suggestion to take a 5-minute break. You go over and make that connection. Even if they don't step outside, just having the acknowledgement that somebody noticed and wanted to help will give them a boost. You see a competitor pacing and talking non-stop into his phone, and you notice how he runs his hands through his hair and has a slight twitch of one eye, and you realise that's you before the mind breeze. And the reality of how much you don't want that to be you hits. You go back to work with a mind shift, a new view of how to do this job of yours. When you leave tonight, you're leaving on time because you deserve and want to enjoy your evening. The thought of that inspires your working hours. You're doing more in less time, streamlining the process, delegating without guilt. Time management is suddenly so logical and practical, you wonder how you didn't embrace it before. If you hit a block in some work, switch tasks. Schedule it to look at again in an hour or two, and then focus on something else. When you come back to that blocked task, don't even use that definition. It's a revolving door that you're revisiting with 4 exits, so there are 3 other angles to choose from in which to continue. Don't continue on that one set path. Look at other tangents. So what if I take out that, choose a different route, change that step, add something no one else has maybe even thought of? It all becomes clear, and you carry on like you blew through that block with ease. You look at that colleague rubbing his forehead. He looks so miserable. You're not him now. You resolve to make the most of the hours between leaving work and going to sleep. They're not just hours to waste before going back to work the next day. They're life for living. They're me time. When you walk, you're looking at the world around you and noticing the small stuff. When you eat a meal, you're savouring the taste, enjoying the flavours, taking your time. When you're with company, they have your full attention. No distractions. You want to be there, and you're appreciating the time spent together. You compliment something you never even noticed about them before. They seem so much more into you, happy, because they're feeling valued. So you feel the same too. You realise outside of work, life feels easier, slows down to your pace. The rush to do things is absent, and you can just be you. This feels good, and you realise that you have the power to have this every evening and all weekend if you choose to. It feels like a revelation and has you smiling. This way of living feels like a change that was meant to be. So you're going to tell me you can't do that. You're busy. Your schedule is jam-packed. It's impossible, and I have no idea what your job is like and all the work pressures. Well, I used to work a 70-hour week, late evenings, go into an empty office on the weekends, and like many of us, thought I was indispensable. What would they do if I wasn't there? Then I got a new job and I left. And I realised actually the company continued on and did perfectly fine without me. I stopped thinking about that job and moved on just as they did without me. Suddenly a 40-hour week with no need for overtime became very normal, and I had evenings and weekends. And I learnt to fill these with things I was interested in and found enjoyable. In other words, I changed to having a life outside of work. The company you work for can be bought out. Departments can be restructured. New CEOs can make sweeping changes to roles. In all these cases, if your time outside of work is already a life that you enjoy, that's your rock, and that's your anchor to weather these changes in your work life. Having that rock gives you the stability rather than feeling you've lost everything or nothing will ever be the same. Having a life outside of work means you're not putting all your eggs in one basket, depending solely on work success to make you feel good. You feel good anyway because your life has that me time that always makes you smile. Think of it as your backup plan. Jobs can come and go, work can change, but your life outside is your sanctuary, your happy place. Perhaps you're fully in the workaholic lifestyle, where you think it's impossible to embrace this type of change. But you can still do that regular routine I described at the start and baby step out of the 24/7 work thoughts. If anyone asks you at the weekend, how's work? Say, there's more to life than work. Followed by pointing out something interesting in your surroundings or asking them something about their family or next vacation. Then start thinking about planning yours. It stops you spiralling into a long ramble about your job, which frankly is probably going to bore the other person. Don't allow Sunday evenings to be part of Monday mornings. Have a movie marathon starting after dinner on Sunday, or binge watch a YouTube series, something you can immerse yourself in, lose yourself in a book, whether digital or hardback. Even fix the kitchen sink, declutter a cupboard, or clean your bathroom if you feel you need to be doing something physical to distract you. Just don't check those work emails. Push any work thoughts away. Plan a wardrobe overhaul. Focus your brain elsewhere. Don't let work steal your Sunday evenings. In truth, the work you do Monday mornings when you are fresh and well rested will be 10 times better anyway. So Sunday evening work is a waste of time, substandard, below par, so no point in going there. Your weekend is your time. Guard it ferociously and kick work out. It doesn't own you. Your life is your life. Make that time count. Be happier. Fit life into your work week and enjoy life more. It's your choice. Remember, There's a fine line between work and obsession. Perhaps use some of these strategies, like the mindbreeze or the baby steps, where you don't answer questions about work on the weekend. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. Please like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend, and come back next time. Bye for now.